And in the process, well, this is our kind of maiden voyage. We have come up with a company called Career Conversations. And the mission of Career Conversations is to help people communicate better intergenerationally. And obviously, as partners, we do that all the time. And we thought we'd like to share some lessons that we've learned and we feel it would benefit others as well. Today we have a very specific topic, which is interviewing. We know that when I met Gail Lopez, we actually met at a networking session. I was mentioning that I was working on this company, and Gail thought this would be a good topic for this group because she said some of her members were having similar difficulties sometimes when they would interview with younger folks. So I see heads bobbing up and down. So we actually have developed this session for this group on this topic. I told you I have my cards here. I've got to go down my little notes here. Actually, I've told you just about everything I was going to cover on this card. What I'd like to tell you about is how I met Gail, how we've developed her conversations, and also a little bit about my background, and then I'm going to ask Gail to speak for herself, tell you about her background. I met Gail through Craigslist. She started her own website called What College Forgot, which, by the way, is a great site for entry-level people, any professional who's just gotten out of college and is trying to figure out how to rent an apartment, the best car to buy, etc. And I'm going to leave Gail to get into a little bit more detail about that. But she was looking for writers for her site, and I answered the request, the response, and responded to her request. And I started writing for Gail's site. So Gail was my boss. And I was so impressed with her that I asked her to come to dinner, and we got into a whole conversation about working and the difficulties of working in a four-generation workplace. And that was really the birth of Career Conversations. So we are now in the process of developing a series of seminars, and this is the first. My background is actually I'm a marketing writer. I started out as a copywriter at Marsteller in New York, became a direct response writer. Then, let's see, I became a recruiter, became a career coach and an outplacement counselor, ended up writing for the Chicago Tribune and had a column in the Daily Southtown, also wrote for Biospace.com. I was their featured columnist for about a year. So I worked at Hamilton Communications, so I have a little connection to what you do. And right now, I'm doing a number of different things. I do marketing. I have my own business called Wendy Lally Limited. I continue to do marketing, and I'm also doing coaching. I give seminars at libraries like this, and I'm working with Gail on Career Conversations. So that's a little bit about me, so you'll know who you're talking with. And now I'm going to turn this over to my partner, Gail Bowman.
Thank you, Wendy. I'm actually 27 now.
Oh.
So. Well, thanks very much for having us. Like Wendy said, we met through a business that I started recently called What College Forgot. Right now it's a website that serves as a resource for young professionals after they graduate from college to help them figure out the real-world challenges that college really doesn't have time or resources to teach when they're there. So the topics include things like personal finances, career development, networking, the car, the apartment, all those things that are not very fun, but you have to learn how to do them. Because I found myself faced with lots of situations, and I had nowhere to find the information, and I wanted something where it was all centrally located. So the Career Conversations it's related to What College Forgot, but it's not applicable just to young people. It's applicable to people all generations, because we all need to learn how to work together and communicate more effectively regardless of our age and what sort of cohort or generation we're associated with. My background is I graduated from college from Notre Dame in 2005, and I worked in market research for 3 years with the Nielsen Company. I currently work for Orbitz.com, where I've been for 2 years in a business analyst role.